Doctors Without Borders, our charity here. When you donate, check out that Perfect Dark bonus game incentive. I'm going to keep reminding you about it until we get there. Thanks so much. All right, folks, it is my pleasure to introduce a great friend of mine with a great speed run. It's time to send it to the main stage for Titanfall 2 Any Percent by Brian Nato.
Thank you, Prolix. You're very sweet. Welcome, guys. Hi, I'm Brian Nato. Today we're going to be doing Titanfall 2 Any Percent. I'm going to introduce my couch real quick. On the right here, we have Kars, really great friend of mine and a homie from my stream. Taskanos, who flew all the way from Australia, 20 hours of travel and a 6-hour delay to be here. So thank you. He's like our resident glitch lord. Yeah. And then Fun Cannon, who ran this game previously, is also a really, really experienced FPS runner. So thanks for couching for me, guys. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started here. I just got to load up the main mission, and I will count you down. I'm super jacked to talk to you guys about Titanfall 2 for the next hour and a half, so let's go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So Titanfall 2 is a sci-fi military FPS developed by Respawn Entertainment. Respawn is responsible for the recent BR Apex Legends. You might have heard of that. They also were previously Infinity Ward when they worked on all the Call of Duties up to Modern Warfare 2. So really, really good game designers, and this campaign is awesome. Getting started off, we're going to be introduced to some of the main movement mechanics in the game. What you might not know about Titanfall 2 is that it runs on a modified version of the source engine. So that means we have access to things like air strafing, bee-hopping, and then we have a fully fledged parkour system as well, which means we can wall run and double jump. It's really, really neat. So when this game gets going at speed, it looks a little bit something like Half-Life meets Mirror's Edge. So this first movement tech that we're going to be looking at is going to be called slide hopping. So slide hopping this is fine, this is an auto-scroller more or less. Slide hopping is basically mechanically the same as bee hopping. We're jumping as soon as we touch the ground. But also slide hopping is a little bit more versatile in that we have a little bit of time before we can touch the ground and jump and maintain our speed. I'm also going to be air strafing, which is just moving left and right through the air. There's normally a movement cap or a movement speed cap that's present when you hold W, and you can subvert that by pressing A and D and kind of moving in an arc through the air. I picked up an EPG, which we're going to use to boost ourselves, and then I'm also going to skip a reload animation here. So we're in a simulation right now. We're being trained by Lastimosa, and we don't really know why. We're not going to find out either because he's going to die. But because we're in a simulation, we can do these really cool damage boosts. And we can just basically throw a grenade at ourselves without dying. You may have seen Cash Mayo's world record of this gauntlet in 12 seconds, or 11.9 now, which is pretty cool. But we're going to do it in 16, which is just fine for the speedrun. We're going to exit the gauntlet and re-enter, and that's going to skip his dialogue, and now we're off. There's a lot more going on movement-wise, and we'll get there. We're going to try not to overwhelm you with all this information, but the main thing right now is slide hopping, which is super duper important. There is bee hopping as well, but the timing on that is a lot tighter, and we're not going to be seeing it as much.
But first, we're going to need a little more space.
So now we're going to call down BT, or I guess another Titan. We're not going to get access to Titans yet, and we'll cover those later. But for now, I'm going to try doing a fun little glitch here. It's not quite sure if it'll work, but we'll see. Okay, so if I can jump on this. So if you can jump on this when it's flying down, we didn't get it. Okay, if you can land on it at the right time, this guy will come in at a super weird angle, but that's okay.
That was a bit of an angle.
It was a little bit, yeah, it's the slightest one. The timing is pretty precise on that. So to give a little context of what's going on, we're playing as Rifleman Jack Cooper. He is a member of the Militia, which are a rebellious military force that are fighting back against the IMC, or Interstellar Manufacturing Corporation. They're like a big corporate conglomerate that goes from planet to planet across the frontier and takes all their resources and drives people from their homes. And so we are the people that are fighting back against that. And at this point in the story, we're just like a regular old dude in the military, nothing super special about us. Tons of foreshadowing going on here. These are all characters that we'll encounter later on. He dies on it.
Spoilers, wow.
Can you believe spoilers at a speedrunning event, dude?
How dare you?
Yeah. Personally, I watch speedruns to get the full experience of the game, so, you know.
I thought that's why I was here.
And so we're going to be playing on easy as fastest. That is, of course, any percent. So now we're moving on to BT7274, which is the name of the Titan we'll be using in the future, but also the name of this level. What we're finding out right now, plot-wise, is that we're crash landing behind enemy lines on the IMC planet of Typhon. They had some sort of research facility that they were doing something with here. We were going to go investigate it, and we found out we bit off more than we can chew. Probably have time for a single donation before we really get going here.
Oh, there's so many to choose from, though. Okay, I'll just, Tron Travolta, why not?
Hey.
Tron. Hi, Tron. $20 from him. Oh, baby, the triple. Awesome to see Titanfall 2 at GDQ yet again with my boy Bry Zoomin. Wish I could be there. Donating to Sparing Marvin for the memes. Please no Bannerino, Bry.
So a mod position just opened up in my stream. So if you would like to apply, just hit me up on Twitter. Kill the Marvin, by the way. Kill the Marvin, save the frames. So we're going to crash land here and then get pumped full of a ton of drugs. There's going to be a small, I guess you could call it a skip. We're not a pilot yet, but we can still do slide hopping. Normally pilots have a bunch of extra gear that they use to go fast. But we can still slide hop at this part of the game, which is kind of neat. And we're going to use that to get ahead of a drop pod that's crash landing, and then we're going to be doing a frag boost right afterward. This is going to be the first frag boost that you see outside of the gauntlet. There will be a few of these throughout the run, and this one carries with a lot of risk, but we can also just kind of like ditch it if we need to, so we'll see what we can do here. This segment is pretty tough just because we only have one jump, and that gravity is a lot higher than normal. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do the frag boost, but I am gonna be able to get ahead of that. So you can hear it crashing behind me. You gotta go. And I barely missed the input on the first slide hop, so. Unlike other Source games, we don't use scroll wheel to jump in this game because we have a double jump. So if you scroll, you're using both your jumps. But also if you bind scroll to jump, it just doesn't work. So it doesn't really matter. This is the infamous 18-hour cutscene named for the dialogue that comes later on. This is Lastimosa. This was the guy that was training us. He's gonna give us a little bit more drugs, and that's his Titan in the background, BT7274. And in this cutscene, we're gonna get to meet all of our enemies that we'll be meeting throughout the run. And the Apex Predators, and these are the same Apex Predators that go on to run the Apex Championship in Apex Legends, so pretty neat.
Well, only some of them.
Only some of them, that's right. That is correct. And of course, here comes the dialogue. This is kind of like the Super Mario Sunshine of FPS games. Amazing movement, but you have this really long cutscene at the beginning of every run. We do have a category called Fast 90% where we use save files to skip all this, but it's not really suited for a marathon environment as we just kind of do a bunch of stuff and you don't get context for it, and this allows us a lot more time to explain what's going on. That was a voice crack. Tally it. Donating $1 for voice crack.
On
for
it.
voice crack. So we probably have time for a couple more donations.
All right, well, something we don't have 18 hours for is our next run, the bonus game. Final Eden donating $250 says, hi, SGDQ. Been watching since the beginning, all the way back in 2010. First time being able to donate. Let's get the perfect dark run going. Thank you for contributing toward that. I do need some help to make that bonus run happen. We've also got Inhuman with $5 says, yeah, Bryo at GDQ. Entertain us, super speedy boy. Go fast for a great cause.
Thank you. All right, so we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm playing on the max FOV, so you get to see that Prowler kind of like slide in from the right. That's always nice. There will be quite a few things that we'll point out that are designed weirdly. Another thing to point out is that grunt that's falling down the river. He's just gonna, there's this blood trail and everything, and then you just kind of come around here and he's gone. So we don't really know what happened to him. So Lastimosa thankfully saved us, but now we're gonna try and kill him. We're not actually gonna kill him, but we're gonna shoot him just because, he takes up a lot of our time, and that's not cool. it's speedrun canon that we kill him and take his Titan, even though that's not what's happening. So in the context of the Titanfall universe, what's happening here is pretty huge. Lastimosa is giving us control of his Titan and all of his pilot gear, which like never happens because pilots are kind of like this really, really elite infantry unit with a really, really low graduation rate from their training. So it's a pretty big deal.
Use my helmet.
What you'll be seeing as soon as we start is going to be, most of the time when I touch a wall, I'm going to be jumping off it instantly. And Titanfall runs at a native 60 ticks. Kind of think of it as like 60 frames per second, but not really. That's the easiest way to explain it. So if I jump off the wall within 5 ticks or less, it's called a wall kick, I'll be getting a speed boost. So 5 tick, 3 tick, 1 tick, each one of those is an incrementally faster boost. As soon as we put on the helmet here, the run's really going to take off. So instead of waiting for the game to give me a sprint option, I'm going to jump backwards and grab a wall and then jump forward, and that's going to help me hit the minimum speed threshold that I need to slide hop. So this level is really, really difficult because you can tell there's like a lot of weird rocks and a lot of geometry here, and each one of these rocks like that, if I touch them at the wrong angle, I'm going to be slowed down significantly, so I have to be avoiding that all the time. So that's a wall kick right there. You'll be seeing that over and over throughout the run. This opening segment is brutally punishing, mainly because we only have access to 1 jump right now. Canonically, our jump kit is quote-unquote calibrating. I almost died there, that was terrifying. And normally you can't grab a wall after you jump off of it, but if the wall is curved, we can do it just like that, and that allows us to skip the room. This segment up here is called Death River, and this is a really, really punishing area for new runners. New runners usually have a lot of trouble here, but this is a pretty consistent strat all the way through. We picked up the Eva shotgun, which is a fully automatic, really high DPS weapon, and it also has a ton of range on it. And considering we're going to be sliding around in people's faces a lot of the time, you can probably imagine why this has a lot of value to us. Pop that guy because he's in our way. And now we finally have access to our double jump. We now have all of our movement. Barrel boss right there we go. Those barrels aren't random, but like if you hit him at the wrong way, it's pretty weird. So we're trying to get 2 batteries back to BT to get them at full power. So here's the first of 2. And coming up here, we're going to be doing a slide boost. But if we do it at a really sharp angle, it's called a slant boost. There's some weird interaction with the geometry here where we just get boosted at a really high rate of speed. And we're going to use that momentum to carry us across the river. And then use that frag to kill those 3 grunts, which we need to do to install a battery. And this second half of the level is probably one of the most difficult segments in the game. So there's a voice crack.
Tallied.
Tally it, count it. This is a jump called River Jump. That was found by S-Deception. It saves about 10 seconds of gameplay. Doesn't look like much, but it is really nice. Here is the second frag boost. I might have pulled that a bit early, so this is pretty sketchy. There, we're good. So I'm not going to get a big frag boost. That's okay. I pulled the frag like a hair early, so I was kind of nervous about that. This segment's called Ravine, and this is really, really important for me to hit, so I'm going to shut up. There we go. That's the firstie. Oh, I missed the wall kick. That's okay. As long as I don't mantle here. Hey, mantled. Okay, so I'm going to do a little backup here. Normally you want to get like a big jump that carries you all the way across the gap there, but I didn't get that, and that's fine. There are plenty of other places for us to save time and a lot more gameplay to do. Fortunately, I got the debris hop. There we go. Yeah, I was like, if I mantle on that, that's going to be pretty sad. This movement in this ship, by the way, is awful. It's really, really annoying. But if I can generate enough speed... Oh, hey, I kept the slide going. That's pretty neat. Little tap strafe there. Oh, nice. Okay, making up for that lost time. This part right here, I'm just going to mash space. That's it. Good vents. Can grab the wall right here and have it boost me forward. And here's the second battery. This second slant boost is really, really hard. There's a very specific angle.
I think that was another one.
It was. There we go. And then a wall kick here. Nice. Okay. This is going really well, and these next 2 frags are really precise.
Location has been compromised.
Heck yeah, dude. Shout outs to Overzero for that strat. That was really good. That second frag is like definitely the hardest one because it's basically a blind throw.
Tower at full capacity.
Okay, so now we're meeting BT-7274. This is the Titan we're going to be using for the rest of the game. And so BT is a unique Titan. He's a Vanguard class, and that means you can kind of like swap between Titan loadouts, which other Titans can't do. There's another one. So, excuse me, 26 years old and my voice still cracks, dude. So, the way you can think of Titans in this game is that your Prolix cracking up. The way you can think of Titans in this game is they're like heroes in a MOBA or in Overwatch or in Apex Legends. They're all going to have different sets of abilities with strengths and weaknesses. This first one is pretty simple. If you look closely in this game, you're going to see a lot of inspiration from a 2009 sci-fi film called District 9. And that'll be shown here at the beginning with the Vortex Shield, which is a shield that's going to catch bullets and shoot in the back at enemies. Also, and maybe in the main antagonist in the game, Blisk, takes inspiration there as well. So when this Vortex Shield catches bullets that are hit scan, which means they have no travel time, and shoots them back at enemies, it does splash damage. There's not a lot of RNG in Titanfall 2, but there is in this segment in particular. This segment can be really, really random just based on what kind of a spread you get, like that, with the Vortex Shield, so that just cost me like a second right there. And then also this part as well. It sucks because BT at 7274 is like a level is really, really neat, and then you have this part, which is like just such a pain. But this could have been going a lot worse, so knock on wood. Okay, good. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like sometimes it just doesn't work. But after this, we are done with this segment, fortunately. So far, so good. I mean, not the worst BT. I would have really liked to nail Ravine, but I missed that last wall kick. Coming up here is kind of like the first boss fight of the game, quote unquote. It's a good smiley. We're gonna be fighting Brute here, and so we're gonna drop the electric smoke, which does damage over time, and then we're gonna shoot him to bait out his Vortex Shield. And while the Vortex Shield's up, we charge our Acolyte Pod, burst, hit him in the crit spot, and he's done. So Titans in the... Thank you! Wow. So Titans... Hold on, I need an audio cue here.
Our mission of rendezvousing with Major Anderson. Until then, you and I are on our own.
There we go. So we have to wait for BT to get to a certain dialogue line, otherwise they'll put the waypoint on the other side and it's slower. Titans are going to have these big red glowing spots in the middle of their chassis, and those are going to be critical hit points. So that's where we're going to be aiming. It's kind of like a headshot on a Titan. So we're out of BT into Blood and Rust, and this level is also extremely hard. I mean, arguably probably harder than BT. The beginning of this game is just really, really brutal, but in the best way, because the movement in this game is awesome. So we're getting introduced to Titan movement here, and Titan movement's pretty simple. You want to be dashing when you go off ledges, and you always want to have a dash charging. You don't want to be wasting any speed, wasting any time when you have two dashes just sitting there. And when I go off a ledge, I'm going to be holding crouch most of the time, or a raised surface, because that'll actually physically retract BT's legs, and it allows me to slide over Titans or just stay in the air for longer like that. Tone slide is really, really easy. You don't need to clap for it. It's okay. Thank you, though. Thank you. We're also going to be dashing when we go around corners. BT's really heavy, so he'll throw his weight around, and we're going to counteract that with a dash. And now coming up after this is Disembark Jump, which is a trick I've never hit at a marathon. It's like not that hard, but it's a little tricky. I just have to hold jump at the right time when disembarking from BT. And there, okay, so there we go. That's like what, like 5 in a row, I think? Anyway, it's a cool little trick. It only saves like 2 seconds, but it is neat. It shoots you up to the top. Okay, so I need an audio cue here, and then this level is going to get really, really hard. There's a lot of really narrow corridors and tight routes.
Pretty much this is where the run really takes off and starts being non-stop action a lot more. Yes, yeah, BT's really stop and go, unlike this level.
What we have here, my IMC and militia friends.
Here comes another frag boost, if I can nail it. Okay, that's fine.
That's okay. That's okay.
This is a bad setup. Oh, I got it, okay. I'm just gonna take the old route here. I'm not gonna go for the double wall kick. So far, so good. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I'm going to be introducing tap strafing here, and tap strafing is a not new, but a recently revolutionized piece of movement tech. When you're strafing left or right and you tap W rapidly, you can do these really, really tight turns without losing speed. Normally, tight turns and tight strafes in this game, due to Titanfall's low air acceleration, will slow you down. But Reginels recently, who came into the community, you might have heard me talking about him during the interview, really kind of brought that to light. I'd only been using it at a few spots in the game, and now I'm using it all over the place. So, like right there, it's a tap strafe. So, neat little tech. You can do it with either W or S, that meaning forward or backwards. So now, this route is pretty cool, the Stratton here. It's 14 jumps in quick succession just to get to the top of this pipe. And then now we're going to be talking about Sludge Skip. So Sludge Skip is the first real, big sequence break in the game. You'll see BT standing behind that fence there, and we need him to stay there. So we need him to reach a certain dialogue option, but not too early and not too late. If he says it too early, he'll walk away from the fence and we won't be able to do the skip fast. But if he says it too late, the game will just crash to menu. So this jump here is not intended to get over to this segment, but we can just get in BT straight through the fence, and that is Sludge Skip. So that skips a huge, thank you. That skips a huge wave fight. Versus the casual route, it's probably I would imagine anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. It's a lot. So that wave fight is really, really terrible. And if you played this game on Master and you didn't know about that, I'm sorry, because the ticks in that segment are the worst. So we're going to switch to Tone here, which is that other Titan loadout we picked up. This is Kain. He's our first real boss fight. We're going to ignore him because he's pretty boring and he's going to die fast. So Tone, when you shoot an enemy, you get a partial missile lock. And if you get 3 missile locks, you can launch a missile barrage. But you can stack the missile locks as well. So what you're going to be seeing at the start here is we're going to be locking onto Kain and then the Titan in front of him, and then killing the Titan with both missile barrages.
Let's get this party started, scrub.
Good. Now here we go. That's called a swap reload. So if you swap to another Titan loadout and then back to the one you were using, it's faster with most Titans than reloading. Tone specifically, it saves 3/4 of a second. Also, that Kain fight was sick. That was really good.
He was so nice.
That Blood and Rust was awesome, by the way. That was there's small mistakes, but yeah, thank you. So we're gonna take Kain's helmet here. His earpiece is gonna let us listen in on some enemy comms, but other than that, right now, we definitely have about a minute for donations, so take it away, Prolix.
Excellent. Here is a donation of $50 that came in from Safariel. And they said, loved your last Titanfall 2 run at GDQ, so I had to tune in for this one. Good luck on the run, and now let's get that Perfect Dark bonus game.
Yes, let's get it.
Also have a donation here from Radical Edward. He gave $500. Woo! Said Titanfall/Respawn was the game that got me back into FPS. I am happy to see it here at SGDQ 2019. Long live BT7274. Save Marvin. Sorry.
I'll forgive you for $500.
Then I have $5 from The Paradox, who says, I can't stand to see the sad face on Marvin when you take away his only purpose in life. Please put him out of his misery.
Yes.
Thanks, GDQ.
That's the right mindset. All right, so now we're on to Into the Abyss, and this level is where all good runs go to die. This is the first mission that's split into 3 chapters, and it's not insanely difficult, but there are a few tricks in particular and scattered throughout these 3 missions that save a lot of time, but are also very risky. This level, this first segment's pretty much all Titan movement, and what you'll see here is that we're kind of walking into the middle of a large assembly line. And fortunately, on this level in particular, the assembly line, these big walls, they're tied to triggers. So I'm going to purposely store my dashes, and if I boost at the right time, I'll be able to get ahead of the assembly line, and it will launch me down the hallway. So we'll see if we can get that here. Gotta wait for this. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna purposely store my dashes here. That looks good. Nice, okay. So that doesn't look like a lot, but that is if you mess that up, that's 30 seconds lost. So saves 10, loses 30, just enough to make it worth it. Now this is...
War likes to kill you a lot.
Yes, it does. So this is Scorch, and Papa Scorch does a ton of close range and AoE DPS. we had to kill those Titans to open that door, and so we'll be seeing Scorch a lot when we have to do Titan combat, just because he shreds faster than basically any other Titan. What you saw there was an extended slide hop. An extended slide hop is pretty simple. You just extend your slide a little bit and then jump, and you get increased vertical height. Not really sure why specifically, but that is how it works, and that's what helps us get over the rail there. Also, if you touch that button, it removes the kill floor at the bottom here, and you can just fall all the way down, and it saves a couple seconds, so pretty neat. That was a good Abyss 1. Now we're on to Abyss Chapter 2, which is, I can only describe as a beautiful tragedy. So we're in the thick of the assembly line now, and we're in the middle of all these moving parts, and there's all this really cool movement, but unfortunately this level is a big, ugly auto-scroller. So we're in the assembly line, but we're also stuck moving at the same speed as it. So we can do all of this, but this doesn't really matter. I could even die here and it'd be fine. That looks really cool though. This level's a big movement playground, but in the end it doesn't really mean much. I'm going to be going for a really stupid swag strat here that I shouldn't go for, but I'm going to anyway. It was found by Taskinos, of course, like so many other things in this game. I'm going to launch off this platform, and ideally I'll end up over there at the end of it, so we'll see.
I bloody care. Destroy it. What about its pilot?
He is being dealt with. This facility was built to kill.
The setup is okay. Okay.
Ash,
Slide.
not your bloody playground. I'm not paying you to be clever.
Oh, I hit the rail. Okay, that's fine. Well, we tried. That was about as close as I can get without dying. So anyway, now I'm just gonna go back the other way here. And again, we're in an auto-scroller, so I can do this without losing time. I'm gonna come around here, and this route along the outside is known as Told Spice route, named by the guy that found it. So this is gonna take me along the outside of the route, away from all of the crushing hazards and like dangerous stuff in the middle of the assembly line. This isn't out of bounds or anything, it's just a little cliffside along the right side of the map here. And this brings us to this next segment. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun while we wait for the assembly line to catch up. So in this segment down here, we're gonna be doing red versus blue. We're gonna be killing all the enemies except for 2 robots. One of them is gonna we're gonna hack one of them, or we're not gonna hack the other, and then we're gonna make them fight to the death. So in chat right now, make sure you're voting for red or blue, and choose wisely. We take this like super seriously around here. So if you win, just completely drag the people that got it wrong. Just like really trash them. So we have to kill all the enemies first, because we don't want any of them interfering.
What are you guys gonna go for?
I think I'm feeling blue today.
Right here.
Gotta go red.
There you go, my boy. Yeah.
I'll go for red.
Always red.
Always red, dude.
Oh, I'll take blue then, for sure.
Okay. That's an even 50-50. Okay, so I just gotta kill these guys. And we're just waiting. Did I not grab? Oh, I switched out the Eva instead. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Okay, there's the other one down here. I'm gonna go grab the... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab the Eva before so I don't forget, because that is like really important not to have. That's a really important weapon, I mean. Okay, there we go.
And Wordy True Pop donated $50, said, "Hi, Brian. Destroy this run and have fun. Hashtag Team Blue."
All right, here we go. Red versus blue. Blue's on this side, red on the other. I don't really know if they know where they are. This could be a draw. Red's got to shoot something. Blue is completely oblivious to what's going on. Red takes a shot, gets a shot, and blue knows what's going on now. He's going to try and move into position. He's moving very slow. He's very confused. There he goes. He gets behind cover. Red's looking at him. Red's getting ready to throw a grenade. Blue has to get out of here, otherwise he's going to get hit. The grenade pops. Blue's going to sit there. He's going to live through it somehow. He doesn't die.
That never happened.
Okay, I got to go.
Blue.
Okay, I got to go now, though, so this might end up being a draw. I better get in position quick. Okay, that was fast. Is it a draw? The first ever draw at a marathon, maybe. If we can't see either of them dead, that means it's a draw. It's a draw, so if you voted for a draw, you were like the 1% that got it right. Wow. Okay, so we have time for like one donation right now.
All right, Zero Serenity donated $50, said, "Woof, can we give Brian Otto a boop and a treat in absentia of Dragon?"
I have a thing on my stream at home where if somebody tips $5, I bring my dog on stream and give him a boop and a treat, so thanks. Thank you, Zero Serenity. So we have a pretty neat skip coming up here. This is going to be called Dome Launch. When a platform is rising upward and we jump off it at the right time, we get the momentum for both the first jump and the second jump. So it's almost kind of like a momentum storage sort of thing. Excuse me. So this was of course found by Taskinos. This is so much better than the old strat that we had here, and it saves a ton of time. The timing is very specific though, so we'll see if we can get this.
I see you, pilot.
No, you
admire your perseverance. If only the IMC infantry were
All right.
dead. There is only one way out, pilot.
Oh, there we. Oh, hell yeah. That's good. There we go. That's dome launch.
Nice.
First try.
Yeah, that was first try, and that was the really good one too. So there's a few different variants to that. So now we're moving straight on to the next skip. This is the first of only 2 out-of-bounds skips in the entire game. And this one has a pretty cool history behind it. So we used to do this skip completely differently. It was just found by some guy on YouTube, and he showed us how to do it. I think Blood Thunder was telling me that like he just saw the video, and that's what taught him how. But then when we submitted this game for Summer Games Done Quick 2017, one of the Respawn devs saw our video and was like, hey, I worked on this level, and just so you know, I'm not going to tell you exactly how, but there's a different way to do it. So after a lot of searching, we found out that this wall right here, you just walk through it. That's it. So that's the skip. So now we're just going to come around the outside here, and we're going to move into position. And so what's going to happen is the screen is going to go black, and we're going to be teleported to an alternate geo, actually. The game is like going to trick us into thinking we stayed in the same spot, but we didn't. And the end level trigger for this level is always active, and theoretically, if you can like get out of bounds and then get out of bounds again, you can make your way to the end level trigger. We've gotten out of bounds and have been able to see it, but anyway, long story short is we're going to be teleported directly on top of the end level trigger.
Loading scenario 127 in dynamic simulation dome
314. Gonna double jump so that way we fall faster when this floor disappears, and that's dome skip. It's really, really easy. So now we're on to, I heard the single clap. Oh, okay. I just heard like, now we're on to Into the Abyss Chapter 3, and this level is really hard, actually. There's a lot of really tight movement through these caverns. Nice little boost off the rock there. This is a neat little skip where normally the game wants us to wait for this thing to rotate all the way around, but we can get ahead of it and just have it fling us around here. Now this route was another one that was found by S-Deception. He's another name that keeps coming up. We call this Decept Caverns. This one is actually slightly cycle-based, and I really messed up my movement, so I'm gonna have to reset my slide here. This is very sketchy. Okay, I should be able to get there. Yeah, I'm just gonna slide. There we go, nice. So now I'm gonna use the momentum from this platform to boost me down here, and then get a wall kick off this wall. Kind of missed the wall kick, but that's fine. I got a fast wall jump, which is almost as good. Where's BT? Where is he? Oh, he's right there. He camoed, dude. Normally he's like hiding from me on the right side, so that's fine. So now we're in BT, and we have a really cool skip coming up that was completely routed by Tasky. So do you want to tell him about Ash Skip?
Basically, we found this thing where if you and BT are on the same sort of platform, but none of you can fit, it'll put you on the next nearest platform where you both can fit. Coincidentally, there is one area in Ash, before the Ash fight, where if you do that, you'll end up out of bounds because that's the nearest place. So here we go.
This ability this Titan has the ability to fly, so we can get in this unattended location, and here we are standing on the platform. But now, the game puts us in the only other place where we can be, which just happens to be out of bounds. So now we're gonna try and let me see if I can get hoverless here. Nice, so that skips having to hover. That's a little bit faster than having to fly up again. And now we're running around this Razor's Edge. The trigger for Ash Fight is directly to my right, and so I have to go all the way around to avoid it. Now we're gonna be doing the same thing again, though this is a lot easier. We're just gonna jump here, dash here and then dash here. We do another disembark clip through the wall, and the end level trigger is always active here. So fortunately, we're just gonna fly up here, and that is the second and last out of bounds in the game. That skip has a really cool history behind it too. Tasky probably spent like 2 weeks on that, right? Trying to wrap that
originally
out?
I just flew around the outside.
Oh, yeah.
But that was like way too hard to set up. This is much easier.
Yeah. So now we're on to Effect and Cause, and if you played this game casually, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, this is the mission. This is the one you told all your friends about, and probably the mission that the game is most known for. So you've heard BT talking about rendezvousing with Major Anderson. We got to find Major Anderson. We're at the rendezvous location, and you can already see that something is amiss here, or something isn't quite right. This is the research facility that the IMC was working at, and as you can see, time is swapping back and forth randomly. You can actually see the leader of the IMC, General Martyr himself, right there. Hello. And this strat is actually pretty tough, even though it's not Super interesting. I just have to nail my wall kicks here. Nice. I kind of missed that last one, but that's okay. I have enough speed to get me across here and then jump. Now I'm gonna not bonk, thank you. And we found Anderson, by the way. He's stuck in the floor. Somehow, so like the floor was here in this timeline, but it was also there in like the past. So it's easier if you don't think about it, I guess. It's called the Anderson paradox. So leave your theories in chat. I have no idea how he got stuck there. And now Anderson's helmet contains a lot of data on it, and BT is going to analyze it, like he said. We're going to figure out a lot of plot. So I'm going to go ahead and get into position for the next trick, but we definitely have time for a couple donations while I'm on my way.
Yeah, here is Splosions donating $727.40. That's right, it's 7274. And they said, first time watching SGDQ live. So awesome seeing Titanfall going by in a blur and loving the consistent, solid commentary.
Thank you.
Let's get more games in SGDQ with Perfect Dark. And yeah, just an update on that. I need a little bit more than $10,000 still to have a bonus run of Perfect Dark any percent immediately following Titanfall 2 here. So there's very limited time to make that happen. Please help me out and donate now.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Also, Wolfenstein, $10. Hey, buddy. Says, don't hate the Marvin, hate the game.
But the Marvin is part of the game.
Thinking.
All right. So what's going to happen here is BT is going to take this lamppost and throw it up into this wall here. We can't get into the wall until basically right after he throws it. So there's going to be a zip line that appears. And instead of waiting for it at the very bottom, we're just going to grab it when the hitbox appears at the very top. And then at this part of the game, we can't control the time swaps yet, but we can position ourselves in a certain place when they do. So immediately following this, well, not immediately, but soon after this trick, I'm going to be doing one of my most proud finds for this game, which is, I call it FTL. So I'm going to be standing in the wrong timeline, or in the opposite timeline, and there's going to be a laser grid in the other timeline. And so when time swaps back, I'm going to be inside the laser grid, and the game is going to shoot me out at a really, really high rate of speed down that little floating bridge that you saw. Not floating, but you know, that little bridge you saw over there. And I have to go really, really fast because the game has a bunch of scripted time swaps that it throws at you in the middle of the bridge, and if you're going too slow, you will... It's basically like soft locking the game. Okay, now I got to get into position. Okay.
When done correctly, this is probably the coolest skip to watch.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on. Ah, there we go. Yes.
First try.
Okay. Not even gonna worry about the bonk. Heck yeah, dude. I like super botched that at GDQX, so it was very important for me to hit it here. Here's the other half of Anderson. There's also a little smiley face on his ammo pack there if you look closely. Hi. So now we're gonna take the wrist-mounted device that you might have heard VT talking about before, which is gonna allow us to swap through time at will. So this gives us the coolest tooltip of all time, which is press mouse button to time travel. So this level is super, super technical. Effect and Cause 2 is really cool. That was a little new strat there. It's called Josh Hop. Just a little edge boost off the wall. There's different routes for the different timelines here, and it's just really fun to watch. This is one of the most contested ILs, and definitely one of my favorite levels to run. Wall kick through there. All right, so when an enemy has a scripted movement through a door, you can just walk right through him, and then he can bonk my head. That's nice. Just gonna climb up the elevator. Please, that was a really sloppy elevator. It's okay. Oh, I should swap time. That's a good thing to do.
Just might help.
Just might help, you know, there's a big wall in the way. Okay, so now we're going to be learning a bit about what the IMC are building here, but we definitely have a little bit of time for donations while we wait for this part. This is just some dialogue that unfortunately breaks up the flow of the level. Feel free to shoot off a couple, and make sure to look for the T-pose when this door opens.
Okay, here is $13.37 from Skeleton Jelly.
Hey!
Hi, Bri. Good luck with the run, and make sure to kill that Marvin.
Thank you,
Your
Skeleton
runs
Jelly.
inspired me to start speedrunning 2 years back. Have this leet as a sign of appreciation.
Nice. Shout out to Skelly Jelly. He's another runner from Finland. Very nice guy.
Also have All-in-One Mighty donating $25. Hello, Brian Otto. I'm so happy to see your run live at GDQ. Super hyped for this. You are the reason why I bought the game 2 weeks ago and started playing, and it's above expectations. Oh, and did you have to use a USB key this time?
A USB key. Oh, yes, I did. I used the one you suggested to me. Thank you. Yes. Okay, hold on. I have an audio cue.
This one's empty. The Ark must be somewhere else.
I'm going to go early because I threw the grenade kind of early and I don't want to die. Okay, that's fine. So now coming up in this segment is one of the hardest parts of the entire game. This is called Hell Room, which is named for both its color and its difficulty. It has a really, really tight route through here, so we'll see what I can do. Wow, that is a really weird... Okay, I'm going to have to go for the backup here. This is actually pretty solid for the backup, so I didn't get the route I wanted, but this is still good. I lost a lot of... I think I just completely whiffed the wall kick. Don't overshoot. Ah! Okay, that's fine. You hate to see it. Okay. That was going like a lot better than that's been going in practice all week, though. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I have had a really tough time with Hell Room lately, and so reared its ugly head there. So this is going to wrap up this chapter. But Tasky, if you want to start talking about Time Stop and Effect and Cause Chapter 3, and that'd be the time.
Yeah, so you see Bri switching between different timelines. It's actually two different maps stacked on top of each other like this. And whenever you swap time, it teleports you up and down to whichever timeline you're on. But if you interrupt a timeline swap, it'll think you're on the other timeline when you're not, and it will freeze all the AI and enemies, but it will also teleport you back up to where it thinks you're supposed to go when you switch time. So what he's going to do is he's going to time swap, but he's going to be wave.
Nope.
Nope? Okay. You see how the screen just goes blank? That's because he's way above the level. Also he's going to go trigger another...
Did I hit the trigger?
I don't think you did.
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. So what he did there is he went and triggered the bridge trigger before he went and triggered the door trigger. And he was supposed to, take a laser boost, but he didn't quite get it.
Now, speaking of... I don't know what I'm talking about. This is a really hard skip. Oh, dude, I barely missed the wall kick. Oh, man, that's so frustrating. I think I hit the wall kick, but I didn't realize. I'm not really sure. This skip, you don't go for this in full game runs, but this is GDQ, so we have to show off all the cool stuff in this game. I'll go for it one more time, and if I don't get it, then we'll move on. That should be good enough for a mantle. Okay, there we go, man. I think I got a really good wall kick the first time, and I just didn't realize it in time. So, anyway, so what we've learned with all the plot for this level is the IMC found this ancient technology that they're using to power a super weapon that destroys planets. So they're going to destroy the militia planet of Harmony. So the plot of this game is basically like Halo meets Star Wars, more or less. The plot isn't really why you play this game. It's like the characters like BT and the really great mission design. So. Now BT's going to tell us everything I just told you, and so we have some time for donations.
All right, Brian Otto may have had a second chance at that skip, but you know what you guys won't have a second chance for? Seeing Perfect Dark any percent. If you do not get your money in now toward that donation incentive, we're less than $9,000 away. You probably only got about a half an hour left to make it, but I know you guys can do it. Please donate now and check the incentives and add your donation toward that Perfect Dark any percent. Thank you. I've got Raucus here with a $30 donation. Says, I love Titanfall and Perfect Dark. Two great sci-fi games that ooze style and coolness like Brian Otto.
Wow. No, you. Thank you. All right, so we're on to the beacon, and this level is a monster. This is one of the, probably as far as missions go, the most difficult one in the game. This first level, though, is really, really lame. All this geometry that you're seeing here is definitely just a suggestion. That doesn't actually look like the shape of it, and it's really, really hard to do correctly, so trust me, I've messed up there a ton of times. Now, this was a pretty cool skip here, or I guess dialogue skip found by Tron Volta. If you kill all these stalkers quickly, and emphasis on quickly, you have to do this really fast, and then get back to BT, BT will skip all the dialogue with the militia that are trapped inside that little base there. So if you remember watching this at GDQ 2017, we actually had no idea how to do this like consistently or fast, and so that was found shortly after GDQ 17 and ends up saving like 45 seconds, so it's really nice. I'm gonna see if I get a good checkpoint here. Give me a good checkpoint. Cool, that's a good checkpoint. So that means I can embark early, and if I do end up crashing the menu, it's fine. There we go, we're good. So at the end of this level is probably going to be the cutoff for kill or spare the Marvin. So if you're donating for that, and if you're donating for kill especially, make sure to get your donations in ASAP. So this is Captain Cole. He's kind of a jerk. He's just an annoying character that's going to repeat everything BT says. He's generally pretty rude. We have time for, I would say, one donation before I got to start talking about Beacon 2.
Okay, here is Cyril with a question. $10. Hey, Bri, if Titanfall 2 was a pizza, what kind of pizza would it be, and where would it fall on your in-depth pizza rankings?
Goodness. I live in Portland, Oregon, which is actually a pretty good pizza city, and I have like a running Google Doc with like all the pizza places I've tried there. So I don't know. It'd probably be like a white pie from my favorite place, Scotty's Pizza Parlor on Division in Portland, and it'd be like a solid like 9.7.
Nice, pretty top tier. Yeah,
pretty top tier. All right, so now we're moving on to Beacon Chapter 2, which is my favorite level to run in the game. It's a really, really contested IL, and it's really, really fast, and it's also home to the newest skip in the game, one of the newest skips in the game that we found after GDQX. So this skip is going to be the combination of a lot of moving parts. So I'm going to be doing an end boost, which is a boost after the game kind of like pushes you off a wall at the end of your wall run animation. And I'm also going to be using a grenade boost, and I almost died there. And also I need a really, really precise wall kick. I'm also going to be using these electricity walls here to give me death abuse. So in certain parts of the game when Respawn thought players were going to die, they give you a quick spawn that doesn't change the game state. I hit a trigger down here, grab the softball, and now we're going to death abuse here, which puts us right in front of the skip. This is the hardest skip in the game. This is going to be close. Come on, okay, that's fine. So if I hit this in less than like 3 or 4 tries, I'll be happy. That's got to be it. Oh, yes.
That's good.
Second try, man.
Yeah.
I almost hit my head. That's the hardest skip in the game, and that's called kill room skip because we skip kill room. So, Prolix, are we killing or sparing the Marvin?
All right, we are killing the Marvin.
Oh, let's go. Okay, so here's the little Marvin down here. I messed up the route, that's fine. I'm just gonna revel in this for a bit longer because I've had to spare the Marvin at like every other marathon. So this is him. He's gonna die. We're gonna take his arc tool. So thank you for saving the frames. So now we're gonna be using this big shooty zappy gun to, this is like kind of the gimmick for this level. And this is what we're going to be using to turn on doors and all a bunch of other stuff here. But before that, we have a really cool skip coming up called a heatsink skip. This saves about like 20 seconds. And we're going to be using a frag boost to make it faster. Nice. Oh, this was perfect.
Well done.
Very nice. Okay, so we got to hit a trigger in there. And now this segment is really, really cool. So this fan is going to shoot us off at a really, really high rate of speed. And we're going to convert that speed into like a single wall kick, maybe 2. That was so close to being bad. Okay, that's fine. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I had like a really weird interaction with the wall. Heck you, Tron. Tron Travolta found a slide there where if you time your jump going up the stairs, you can just kind of slide straight up. And whenever I messed it up, I'm always reminded of him.
So inconsistent and hard to do.
I'm always reminded of him. All right, so we're through Beacon Chapter 2. Really high octane level, and now unfortunately we have a little bit more waiting to do here. But this is, trust me, you're gonna wanna stick around for this. This is the coolest level in the game eventually. So they're gonna talk to us a bunch about how this room down here that's filled with radiation is gonna kill us, when in reality we can go in there and take a nap and come back and everything would be fine. So we're gonna restore power to the beacon, which is this big dish that's gonna allow us to communicate with the militia. But we definitely have to wait for a little bit before we can do that, so we have more time for donations.
Protect you for a limited time inside the chamber. I suggest you move quickly.
I wouldn't stay in there too long.
Some of my favorite time of the run. Dino Socks with $5 says, all these people watching and we may not reach a goal. $5 train roll out for Perfect Dark. Thank you very much. We're under 7,500 left for a Perfect Dark bonus game. Again, donate now toward that incentive because we're closing the incentive after Titanfall 2 ends, whether we make it or not. So if you want more GDQ and a Perfect Dark any percent run, donate now. I've got a $15 donation here from Jorn Means Bear, who says, "You are amazing. Yes, you, the one reading this. Also you, the one hearing this. And you, the one who plays the game right now. Even you, the one who's not watching right now. You rock, all of you. Have a nice day. Sincerely, a bear." Game of Fiend with a $5 donation. Perfect Dark Hype Train.
Hype.
That is a reasonable.
All right, Tasky, you want to start talking about moon boots?
Yeah, so coming up, we're going to have BT throw us, but that's kind of slow. He doesn't throw us far enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to use one of his previous abilities called Hover, or VTOL or whatever. But if you VTOL and then land while you're doing it, you can disembark, which you're not supposed to be able to. And that'll add the gravity that was given to you. So you'll have like a 15% reduction in gravity. And that'll give you a massive speed boost and height boost when BT throws you coming up.
So, yeah, we disembark while flying, which is not intentional. I didn't press E, but thanks. Did I just lose moon boots? Hold on.
No, you didn't.
Okay, cool. That was really confusing. So we disembark while flying, which is not intentional, and now that's made our gravity super floaty. So it's like we're on the moon boots. And so our goal is ultimately over there, but BT is supposed to throw us, and the intentional place for us to go is right there. But we also found out from a QA tester at Respawn that if you hold jump when BT throws you, you do like a frame perfect jump off of his hand and retain your double jump. And we also have reduced gravity, so what's going to happen here is like probably the most iconic part of the speedrun, and also probably the most difficult, or one of the most difficult, so I'm going to be sure to set up a safety save. So please enjoy Super Fastball.
Trust me.
Oh, jeez. That was really close.
IMC dropships headed to your location.
There we go, dude. Let's go. Woo! All right, we're not done yet. We still have like 2 other really hard things to do. So we're going to come over here and do a couple damage boosts and then grab gravity stars. These are shurikens. They're going to create a gravity wall and then give us a huge damage boost. That doesn't kill us, fortunately. So that just skipped a whole segment where you have to move the crane. And now coming up here is, this is going to be a gravity star boost followed by a ton of wall kicks. Ultimately, we're going to skip a zip line. Another safety save. This is called Zipless, if I can hit it here.
Gantry team is KIA. Pilot may be attempting to transmit from there.
All units, Kilo 1-4 is not responding. Prepare to engage the target.
This is kind of slow.
Uplink targeting module.
Okay.
Disconnected.
That. Zulu 1, Kilo 1, move in. Alpha 2, get soldiers on ground. Move in.
Okay, we're almost there.
Zulu 1-6.
Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so nervous.
Yeah!
Woo! Thank you. Oh, okay, Many-Wing is hard. Thank you guys. That is like, I can't even, yeah, wow. Like, every time I do that, it's an adrenaline rush. Thank you guys for the applause. All right, so this is the first, like, kind of really big fight that, well, we can skip it, but it's faster to do the fight here. I just want to give us, like, shout-outs to that guy in the in the comments on the YouTube video for the GDQX run that was like, you can skip this fight, but whatever, crying face emoji. It's faster to do it, so there. Anyway. So I think what I'm trying to do right here is manipulate the spawns of the enemies here, but they're not quite doing it. This is going to introduce like this, there we go, the spawn manipulation mechanic. It's like a nice piece of speed tech where the place that you're looking can actually determine where the enemies spawn. And so I'm trying to get the enemies to spawn in an area where I know, I hear this grunt talking, I don't know where he is. He's completely lost to me. Is he over here? Maybe oh, there he is. What are you doing, man?
He's playing hide and seek. There he is. Hi.
Okay. There we go. There's the bass drop. As soon as you hear that doof, that means you're done spawn manipulation mechanic is going to come back quite often. And so this is actually a pretty big skip, but normally the adrenaline from Zipless is wearing off right here and you don't really think about it. But this is like a huge skip that actually saves a lot of time. BT's talking about like how he's going to throw you and you have to do some more climbing, but you really don't need to do any of that because you can just climb up the side there and get to the top. You can do that without moon boots too. That's like a little bit more difficult without the reduced gravity. So now we reinstalled the module, we did the thing. I laid down some grenades here, which are going to be some nice fireworks for y'all once we actually get down to the bottom. We're going to somehow miraculously survive this fall. It's totally not going to break our back.
Got you.
And then here are the fireworks. There we are. All right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah! That has never happened before, so there you go. I was like...
I thought that crashed the game.
It sounded like it.
That was, I felt like my entire life just stopped right there, you know? That was really, really weird. Okay, so here comes, now we're doing Richter Fight, which is split into 3 waves. This first one is pretty simple. Again, basically I'm manipulating the spawns in every single wave here, based on where I'm looking. And what I'm gonna try and do right here is I'm gonna try and dash to the left of these Reapers and get one of them to move to the right. He didn't do it, that's fine. Oh, he did now, but that's a bit too late, so it's okay. I think that guy lived somehow. I'm not really sure how he lived. Yeah, he did. Okay, that's fine. So now we're going to do that for these 2 Titans as well. We're going to be trying to stack the Tone missile barrage here like we did with Kane Fight.
I'm also looking for someone to kill. You get to choose which one you wish to be.
There we go. Hopefully this guy, if we put out a shield, that's good. Okay. Oh, okay. This is really weird. These guys are dashing like crazy. This doesn't normally happen like this. Nice aim, Brian. Thanks, dude. There we go. Okay. So that could have been better, but it's fine. Now we're going to fight Richter. So Richter's going to drop down, and probably this is the most infuriating cutscene of all time. So he gets out of his Titan right in front of you. And you can't do anything. And the
shoot him right now.
And the turrets that were helping us just like conveniently stop shooting at him. It's the absolute worst. And so we've even like figured out ways to damage him or like hit him with ultimates like while that cutscene's going, and he's invincible, so it doesn't even matter. Anyway, if we do enough damage to him quickly and then like stay close to him, he'll just self-destruct. So good Richter. And that is the last thing we can do that will influence our speed or our time in this level. And honestly, dude, that was like a rock solid Beacon 3 for a marathon. So I am pretty happy with that in terms of like hitting Zipless and terminal skip and super fastball. So that part's over, and now we're gonna wait for some cutscenes and dialogue, and so we got time for donations.
All right, so here is a donation of $50 from Dr. Sinoir, who says, I played Perfect Dark so much as a kid, I was using speedrunning strats to complete it without knowing.
Nice.
Also got a Phantom T-Mac with $25. They said, loving this Titanfall 2 run and this entire event. Been watching from the crowd in awe at all of the crazy techniques being used to destroy my favorite games. One of my favorite titles of all time is Perfect Dark, which came out when I was 6 years old, so please do your part to make this run happen.
Yeah, Perfect Dark is sick.
Yeah, an update on that bonus game. We're less than $4,000 away from it. When Titanfall 2 started, we had to raise over $15,000 to get this bonus game in. So thank you so much for the incredible work you're doing with your donations. I need a little bit more from you. Oh, I'm sorry, my dashboard just updated. We've almost made it. Oh, and it's done. It's done. I'm sorry.
We did it.
I just raised $4,000 while I was talking. Congrats to everyone. Thank you so much. We will be getting Perfect Dark after this.
Hell yeah.
Objection. Cooper is my pilot.
Twitch chat was planning on donating $5 at 55:55 on the timer. Yeah, which was So
nice.
I think that helped a lot. Thank you very much.
You're lucky our backs are up against.
So this is Sarah Briggs. She's just going to yell at us for the rest of the game. She's kind of an unfortunate character. Her time on the Gauntlet's like 1:08 as well, which is like really slow. So I don't even know how she's a pilot. But
ouch.
I think she got grandfathered in from Titanfall.
I guess. Yeah. So now we're on to a really unique level in the speedrun and a really difficult one. I feel like I'm saying that about every level. Anyway, this is Trial by Fire. The developer code for this level was T-Day, which means Titan D-Day, which you'll see why it's named that in a moment here. This level is based entirely around Titan combat and movement. And the first part of it is a really well-disguised escort mission. So we're going to have to escort Sarah to this elevator at the very end for the game to progress. We've found ways to skip this, but the game won't progress unless we get Sarah to the elevator, so we have to do that. So at the beginning here, I'm going to switch to Ronin, which you'll see why in a sec. A lot of people point out this point as like a really random point in the game, but ultimately this is just, you just have to babysit Sarah and you just make sure the way is clear for her. There's ways to do this consistently, but ultimately this segment is really, really hard. Ronin has an ability called Sword Block, which blocks 75% of all incoming damage. And the game wants you to wait for these turrets to be cleared here, but we can actually just walk through them with Sword Block and then phase dash to negate most of the damage and get behind the wall where the enemies spawn in here. And so in this next segment, this is going to be, I'm going to need to focus here. I'm going to have to clear out multiple waves of enemies. A certain number of enemies from each of the 3 waves. There we have core now. That's really good. Did you die? Thank you. I'm going to have to manage my health as well because I'm a little bit low. You should die now. Right, let me get this. Okay, there we go. There's the second wave. That's good. I'm actually going to kill this Ion because he's going to absolutely wreck me if I don't take care of him. Okay, there we go. And Sarah's in a good spot. That's good. Are you gonna... He's gonna die now, right? There we go. I think I need to kill just this guy, and I should be good. I might need to kill one more Titan. We'll see what Sarah has to say. Pilot, you're with me? No, I need one more. Probably this guy here. Okay, that's fine. Hello. Pilot, you're with me? There she is. Okay, and I'm not sure... Actually, I don't know where Sarah is, but I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna roll a dice a bit here, so we'll see. She was straight up here, but I'm not sure where she is now, so. I'm gonna try and time this arc wave so it kind of like hits this guy in the shield. Nope, I missed it. So the dialogue I'm waiting for is like, I'm waiting for her to say Elk 4, and then I'll know that she's catching up, so. I'm gonna make sure everything is clear for her when she gets here, because we still don't have the dialogue. There she is. Okay, that's the dialogue we're waiting for. That guy's dead. Now we're gonna sword core and step on these guys, because she will get caught up fighting these guys. Sarah strats are ridiculous. All right, now we're gonna sword core this guy twice, and I gotta watch my health because it's dangerously low. Slash this guy. Now I'm gonna switch to Brute. And then he should be dead with this. Cool, and then Sarah's here. Hey, okay, nice, cool. So you saw like how much I needed to do to make sure she stuck with me, and she did, so. That could have been a lot worse. It certainly wasn't the fastest ever, but that is generally pretty solid. That was like the really hard part, so.
That was the easy part.
That was not the easy part. So we're gonna dash here, and then we're gonna fly instantly after, which is gonna get us up to the top of the elevator here, or not, question mark? That's fine. So now we're gonna sword core, which we're gonna use basically to kind of cheese out the rest of this level here. We build core in this game by doing damage to Titans. And so as soon as my sword core is over, I'm gonna do, hello? Hi. We're gonna do some really optimized damage to these next Titans to get core back as quickly as possible. So I'm gonna arc wave both of these guys, like so. Good. I'm gonna shoot this guy, boop. And then this guy. There we go. This was really good.
Yeah.
That should make up for missing the elevator boost. I don't know where that the Reapers just are not in the way. That's really nice. This is pretty fast. Cool, there we go. And so hopefully in this segment, oh cool, I got shot by the North Star here, which means I might be able to get a boost. We'll see. Punch me. Oh, that's fast. Nice, yeah. That's really, really good. And we got Superman Brute, nice. So for some reason that Brute just flies in front of you, like really quickly, we don't know why. We think like a segmented strat would be to disembark jump from the Titan and then somehow get on top of that Titan or that Brute when he flies like that. Which would be really, really fast. That'd be cool if we could ever figure it out, but that doesn't happen consistently. So that was like a really solid trial by fire, especially for a marathon. So I am happy with that. And now we're, oh, thank you. Thanks. Now we're on to the Ark, and the best way I can like describe this level for people that have played Apex Legends is like, imagine you're hot dropping onto the dropship in Apex, and if that was like an entire single-player speedrun level, like all the bugs and all the crazy stuff that happens is basically a representation of what we have to deal with here. So all these different ships that are flying up and down and left and right, what I mentioned earlier with like how momentum can affect your jumps is going to work like that with this. So like if a ship is moving downwards and you jump off of it, you're basically not going to have a double jump because it's going to get eaten. This segment's all on rails, but this level is most known for Barker Skip, which is going to be happening shortly after we get introduced to the next boss, which is Viper. Barker Skip is a really, really precise grenade jump from one ship to another ship. And there's a little bit of variance in how you can get, or how like the jump goes because of the way the ship is flying and the way it's rotating. But if you get a perfect frag boost, there's only like a 2% chance that you miss the trick. So this is really the ultimate get good moment here. So we're gonna get introduced to Viper, who's like a good anime villain. He's just the right blend of edgy and cool while still having some personality. So he's pretty neat. But immediately after his fight, we're gonna be doing Barker Skip. Not his fight, after his cutscene, sorry.
Visual clear. I've got good tone.
And a fun little fact here is, if you watch in the top right corner, like watch BT, he's gonna actually stand up in midair, and then he's gonna wave at you, and then he'll wave again. Hi, BT. And then he just appears right in front of us here. It's great. All right, so here comes Barker Skip. This is one of the hardest skips in the game.
You're welcome.
Battleship Malta at 10 o'clock, guarding the Draconis. We can't get past it.
Here's the lineup.
Cooper, I need a pilot on board the Malta to secure the deck now.
Commander Briggs, this is Blackbird 6-4. We can get him there. BT.
That's a really bad frag boost. Oh my god, okay, we got lucky. Yay! Woo! Okay, I could still die though, so this is still pretty sketchy. I got lucky on the movement there, so that's good. All right, now I just gotta go off here. This is 6-4 skip, which having to we skip having to wait for the 6-4 to get in position. There we go. Words are hard. Okay, wow, first time Barker in 6-4 in a marathon is really good. So now we're waiting for this elevator to open up, and this is another thing where we just move through a scripted animation through a door. There we go. So now, at the top of this elevator, we're gonna be expected to clear out 3 gun batteries, but we only need to clear out 1. And so I'm gonna skip the first 2 and clear out the third, and I hope I can get my hot strat for the third one here. All right. The movement here is like super sketchy too because of the way the ship is rotating. All right, pull the frag, B-hop. Did I get him? There we go, okay. Oh, I got okay, wait, this is really good. Nice. That's really fast. Cool. Okay, so that's a really, really good third battery clear. Now, what we have to hope here is that Davis comes down first. That's good. Okay, because if Draws comes down first, he'll just hang on to the zip line and then like slowly float off into the distance there. That had literally never happened to me before, and then it happened twice in the last week, so I was very scared of it. All right, so now this is early Sarah, this trick coming up here. Normally Sarah is supposed to get up here and close her door, and we're gonna do some really spectacular wall run off her, but instead we can just kind of jump off here and then land on top of her. And then from here, we're gonna wait for the ship to even out, and then we're gonna do 2 grenade throws. Oh, I think I missed that frag. That's fine. Oh, I just missed both frags. Okay, so this is now really slow. Normally you use those frags to clear out everybody, but I don't know if I couldn't really hear the beep for some reason, even though the game volume is really loud, so I don't know. Maybe my hearing's going to hell. I don't know. All right. Oh, okay, I'm glad I didn't get this. So this is really slow, that's fine. That guy lives somehow. So I'm just gonna get up to the top of this as quickly as possible. There's like a few enemies in this room that the 6-4 are scripted to kill by themselves. But we just have to kill the ones that they're not gonna deal with. So that's what I'm kind of trying to do right here. Missing both of those frags just kind of doomed me from the start, so. And this guy's gonna have his really slow death animation naturally. We good? Okay, good. That was a mess. Anyway, now we're just gonna wait for them to get in position up here. This is gonna be our stereotypical military FPS breach and clear moment. And the same, the model for the breach charges is gonna be the same for the tether traps that Titans use, which is kind of a fun little thing. And like, it's a really bad room clear, but in a run where I get a perfect third battery clear and first try Barker and 6-4, I don't really have anything to complain about, so that's pretty nice.
Pilot Cooper, are you ready?
I am ready. You don't actually have to clear anybody. You just run up here. All right, and so now we're going to use the most convenient plot device in the world. We're going to stab the ship with our knife that also hacks things, and then we're going to control it. So we're piloting a ship with a knife. Don't worry about it. You have to position the ship behind the other ship, the Draconis, which contains the Ark.
Get BT back to Cooper.
Normally I use like a controller for this at home just because the analog movement's really nice for this moment, but this is fine. There's some really funky stuff that can happen here. This level has a fall timer, and if you fall for too long, the game will just auto-kill you, and sometimes if the ship is moving down, it'll do that. There's still a hitbox on BT's hand from when he tried to throw us earlier when we did Barker skip, so if I stand near the door, the game will crash the menu, so I have to stand away.
Ready to transfer control to pilot.
Cool. Now we're in. And so this is probably the hardest boss fight in the game, only second to the final one. This is going to be Viper fight.
Voodoo 1, Viper's on station. Your journey ends here, pilot. The skies belong to me. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
You're so cool, Viper. All right, so we're going to do a missile barrage here on these two guys to get some preemptive damage in. What are you waiting for? I don't know what he's doing. This guy already landed, so that's good. I'm trying to bait out his flame shield. There we go. I'll bait out this guy's flame shield, or he's going to dash to the side. You know what? We'll just do this. That works. Is you to put out your flame shield? There you go. How about you fall off? How about that? There we go. Okay. I'm going to hit him 3 times, hopefully. Nope. Okay, I'm just going to swap reload. That's fine. I don't know what happened to his tether trap, but it's gone. Let me see if I can get the 3-piece for Tron. Nope, I'm not. That was close. So, are you not going to die? Okay. This is frustrating. You can actually 3-shot Viper with Ronin right there, but I missed the first swipe, so that's okay. I cleared the Scorches really, really quickly, but the Viper fight was slow. I think they kind of canceled each other out. Ultimately, though, like, considering the amount of things that can go wrong in this level, in a marathon setting, I'm like really pretty content, even with all the mistakes I made with this. So now coming up here is going to be the final bit with Viper. Shout out to my favorite subtitle in the game. It's going to be Screams, in brackets here. Screams. This fight is like really, really cool. It's really well choreographed. I'm sure it was all mocap, but it just looked really sick. So it's kind of a joy to watch every time I run this game. And I'm gonna make sure to get really close to Viper here. I'm gonna try and one-shot him with the Mastiff, which is kind of an inconsistent strat due to the way the ship's moving, but we'll see. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Okay, so I got a 3-shot. That's fine. So that is that's the bulk of the arc. The rest of this is just kind of on rails. So because the ship is descending really fast, you can see the bullets are kind of flying straight up in the air, and they'll have an effect even when I'm at point-blank range with Viper like that. So that's why it took me a couple shots to kill him, even though I was literally right next to him. And so while the rest of this is playing out, I would say we have time for a few donations, Prolix.
All right, here's Jesse G with $200. Said, loving the Titanfall 2 run. So much fun movement to watch.
Thank you.
Got Miles with $10. Says, hey, Brian, it's always crazy to see you on stream at GDQ.
Oh.
Keep crushing it, man. I'm spending all my Portland energy to aid you in your run.
Thank you, Miles. Miles is a homie of mine I met through Smash years ago. Thanks, man.
We got $20 here from Jeff with a 3. Says, hey, Bri. Hope you're enjoying SGDQ. Really excited to watch you speed through this campaign. Good luck on the run.
Thank you, Jeff.
Here's someone who may have had something to do with us meeting that bonus game. Nessio Squid donated $3,000.
Wow. Wow. I have to hold W, otherwise I'd clap.
Their comment says, Brian Otto is a perfect dork. Less than 3.
What was the comment?
Brian Otto is a perfect dork.
I'll take it.
Less than 3, though. There's a heart. There's a heart on the Yep. Also, hey, Brian, do you think it'd be cool to have like a file name or a character name named after you in a bid war?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, so you remember how we met that Perfect Dark 80% bonus run?
Yeah.
We've now opened up a bid war for the Perfect Dark file name.
Oh.
So I just thought I'd tell the audience out there, if you've ever wanted to name a file name or something after you, Brian Otto, somebody else, now's probably your best opportunity ever because the incentive just opened up and it's going to close very soon when they start Perfect Dark. So not much time to get bids in toward that. So enjoy.
All right, so now we're on to the final mission of the game. What's happening in this cutscene here, or not cutscene, in the load screen rather, is the ship crash lands and then we get captured by the Apex Predators. And so BT has the Arc, the power source for that super weapon stored inside of him, so they're trying to persuade him to let it to open up. So I really enjoy JB Blanc's voice acting here. Blisk is just a really great character. This is like a cutscene we have to wait through, so you're welcome to continue with donations.
All right, help me with this name. Is it Fade Free?
Fade Free, yeah.
Yep, okay. $10.01 is their comment. Wait, didn't I hate uneven numbers? Hope you have a nice run, Bri. A lot of love on the list here for Perfect Dark. Anonymous donating $200 for that. Said, show me that Perfect Dark. Thank you for your help. We did make that. Crows donated $25. Said, how do you like your coffee? Dark? Perfect.
Hey.
Yeah. Wiku chiming in again with $5. The announcer got my name right without even trying. True skill. Here's the other $5 as promised. Thanks for that. Yeah, I read something from them earlier.
Prolix is a very good host. All right. So keep an eye on Blisk during this last segment here. He's going to do a little twirl and then go off to the right. He'll be out of focus, so you have to look close, but he's going to like port into the floor. It's really cute. You probably can read one more donation while this is going.
All right, here is Crazor with $250. Loving the event again this year. Great entertainment and a great cause. Best of luck to all the runners.
Thank you. All right, so here he goes. He's going to do the little twirl. Oh, well, after this.
That wasn't so hard, was it? That's
the problem with teams.
If you don't win together,
teams.
You die together.
So here's the twirl, and then he's going to go into the floor. So I like imagining him with his dialogue later on, like yelling up through the grate. It's great. This is the most acceptable time, by the way, to press F in chat for BT. This is a flashing lights warning as well, by the way.
Say goodnight.
So this is a cool strat here that was found by Flotsam years ago. I don't know why this happens, but you can just walk straight backwards into the fire here, almost die, and then walk forward, and BT just starts talking to you. He skips having to wait for him for like upwards of 5 seconds. So I think he's like, wait, no, don't do it. So pretty nice of him. So you just do that, and then you walk forward, and then BT talks to you. So that's a nice little strat. I always feel like that crowbar is like a subtle reference to Half-Life 2. I don't know. I mean, it's just a crowbar. Anyway, BT's about to rip off his face and then give us his innards. Contained within his face here is the SERE kit, S-E-R-E, which is the Survive, Evade, Resist, Escape kit. So contained within it is going to be a bunch of stuff for us to survive. It's going to be the Smart Pistol, which is a literal aimbot pistol that is in the multiplayer for both games. And then we're going to have the Data Knife, which is that super convenient plot device that we saw before, even though it's already going to be on our belt here below us. So we're just going to, go ahead and put it on there again.
Never have too many knives.
Can never have too many knives.
It's the backup knife.
Yes. And now we have his data core, which is going to contain all of his AI and stuff. So now we only have one jump here, so this segment is a little bit difficult. But we're going to open up this door and start the escape. And the movement here is actually pretty tough. There's usually always a hitch that happens at the top of this door here. There it is.
I've got something, but it's faint.
It's because of the draw lines on the Smart Pistol. That's really strange.
I'm picking up a data core, but it's a weak signal.
I missed the wall kick. That's fine. I've missed worse wall kicks, that's for sure.
I need to get through to them.
Commander Briggs, I have a lock on Cooper's position.
Another tap strafe right there.
This is Commander Sarah Briggs. If you can read me, get to the bridge one click.
And I like to use the zip line here because I'm a Pathfinder main and also it's faster.
Fight around and you're it. Our fleet's moving in on the fold weapon. We're coming. It's not over yet.
What we can do right here is a neat little edge boost. When you run off a wall and you go off the very edge of it, you get a small speed boost. It's pretty neat. It's like equivalent to a wall kick. All right, so now I'm going to try and time my double jump coming out of here so I land on top of this platform, and then we're going to wall kick here. All right, now we're going to call down a backup Titan and then put BT's data core in it.
Call it when ready. Stand by for Titanfall.
we go. And so now we're going to install BT's data core, and then we're going to walk behind BT, which is actually going to skip having to wait for some dialogue, and we can instantly get in him. And like I explained before, with damage building core, we're going to switch to Tone and get core as quickly as possible, which we're then going to switch to Ronin and then do that sword dash thing all the way through. Oh, I was on Expedition for some reason. That's really weird. All right. Normally you're on Legion there, so that messed up my menuing. All right. So now we're going to try and get core ASAP. And this gives me the chance to talk about Door Skip, which was probably one of the most important skips that was ever found for this game. So there used to be a super, am I doing 99% core? Okay. So there used to be a super random event that happened at the end of this game, where you'd have to kill all these Titans in this last area to get this last door to open. But there was like a random chance that one of the Titans could walk backwards into the door and open it. And the difference between getting this good RNG and not getting it was upwards of like 3 minutes on either side. So thanks to the efforts of an Angry Albino, Enderon, and then more recently Gliding Shadow, we found out that you can just skip this door and go right through it. So that's actually like a huge skip that was found a while ago and then just optimized more recently, but that just made this game like way less random. And that's been the really great part about running this game for upwards of 2 years now, is that like the more you run it, it just gets less random, more skill-based, and like more and more optimized. So it's a real joy to run. All right, so now we're gonna come up on the final boss fight of the game. Kill the Marvins. It takes some time to kill the Marvins. Okay, and then be onward to the fight. So, Sloan fight is another fight that's split into 3 different waves, and it's also going to be affected by spawn manipulation here. So, Sloan, it may look like we can kill her early, but nothing we can do can break her out of this phase lock. We just need to get her health down to a certain increment, and then she'll teleport away and send the next wave of enemies here. I'm super excited after this fight to show off the newest skip in Titanfall 2, Andy Shot, which is like... You'll see. It's really, really cool. All right, so there's the first bit. Those guys spawn down there. Whoa, I got punched. Okay. This is fine because he got damaged. Good. Okay, that was weird. I wonder if this brute's going to affect Sloan's spawn point here. It didn't. Okay, good. He ran away. Thank you. Now we have to wait for her to stop moving because she's invincible for the first part of this. There we go. Okay, that was really good. So now if we have to stand over here really fast, otherwise these Reapers will just like all run away, like that guy tried to. 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Is that guy dead? Good, okay. Now we're gonna switch back to Scorch, and here comes the setup for the skip here. So I'm gonna wait for Tone to laser core, not Tone, Sloan to laser core. Here we go, now we're gonna damage her. Lay down this. Now we're gonna switch to Ronin. Okay, so if we activate Sword Core, right before pulling the arc injector here, there's some really interesting things happen. And if I didn't get the skip, I'm just going to restart the fight because it's not important for me to show it off. Did I get it? Cool. Okay, so our gun's out here. And this is not intentional. This only happens if you sword core before activating the arc injector. So our gun is out here, and when BT starts up, our gun is also going to be out. It's just going to carry over. You can't pilot melee here, otherwise the game crashes to menu. I found that out on world record pace. It's fine. So now the gun's out right here, and Blisk is going to disembark from his Titan, but unlike other cutscenes, he's not going to be invincible. So Blisk is going to get out and do his evil final monologue. It's your lucky day, hero. And then he just dies. And so as soon as he dies, it skips 33 seconds of dialogue and just like starts propelling itself forward and then drops the invisible Apex card. And so, and then it's gonna put Invisible Blisk back into the Titan. This was found by Reddit user Shot Andy. He posted it to r/Titanfall and was like, hey, I figured out a way to kill Blisk. I don't have video for it, but this is how you do it. So somebody in my stream alerted me of this. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll check it out. And so I tried it, and the instant that it happened, we realized that the game started progressing. So thanks to Shot Andy, we now call this trick the Andy Shot. So really, really, really cool skip, and it's anything to make the cutscene shorter. It's really sick. And also, BT has 4 arms. So this skip is just like really, really cool. You can shoot, you can melee, you can reload. You can't do anything else, but that was so fun when it was found, and it's great to see everybody's first reaction on that. Go ahead.
It's an absolute miracle it doesn't soft lock the game.
I know. I love that he just like pops too. I think his head flies off or something. It's nuts.
We're on our way. Good luck, both of you. Briggs out.
so here we come up on the final section of the game. We probably have time for like one last donation.
Okay, here is Matt Cava with a $100 donation. They said, so happy to be able to catch Titanfall 2 campaign just being ripped to shreds. Amazing run of an amazing game. Thanks to all the staff, runners, and donators for making this an event amazing. Also, hi, Rob.
Awesome. All right, so this is it. This is the final bit of the game here. BT's going to sacrifice himself to blow up the fold weapon. And we're on to the final run. So time will be when I lose control of Cooper at the end of this segment. And I'm actually going to go for a ridiculous swag strat at the very end here, too, that we just found today. All right, here we go. Get an early wall run on the left side here. This wall run is awful to wall kick off of because it's moving inward and it likes to re-grab you on the wall, but we got it.
I'm tracking you. Keep going.
It's good. Okay, let me see if I can get the swag strat here. It'll look really funky if I get it.
That's it. You're almost there. Move.
There we go. And time.
123.45.
123.45 RTA? Holy cow. That's so good. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, that's awesome. That's my fastest. This game, this computer has really fast load times, but that is my fastest marathon run by I think at least a minute. So that's really, really
wonderful.
Good. Thank you. So I want to give some shout outs real quick before we get out of here. I want to thank the Titanfall 2 speedrunning community. Thank you guys for being around and for helping me push the game and finding strats, specifically Tron Givolta for all of his help with moderating the game, Decep and Taskinos, S-Deception and Taskinos, who have done a ton of routing for this game and really kind of broken it open. Some up-and-coming runners, Deceptix, Reginels, Cash Mayo. He is a console player who is amazing on controller. It's absolutely nuts. Big shout outs to Respawn for making this game and also for being really, really communicative with us back in back in 2017 when we first got the game into GDQ, especially Zilch. Zilch specifically, who told us a ton about the game and gave us access to, told us how to do quick saves in the game and everything, because we don't have those natively. Shout outs to my stream community, House Redfoot, I love you guys, especially a lot of my active moderators, Dr. FS, Shameful, Gemini, Restricted, Cyril. I appreciate you guys a lot. And the competitive Titanfall scene, which got me really interested in the movement initially. Players like Ethereal, Froth the Omen, Bablack, you guys are an inspiration. You kill it at the game. So thanks everybody for watching as well. Titanfall 2 is a really, really accessible speed game that has a really nice learning curve. I know the movement looks crazy, but it has a really nice progression to it. And we'd love to have you come learn with us. Speedrun.com/Titanfall_2. There are links to everything you need to know, as well as our Discord. We have new runner resources out the wazoo. We have a doc with every strat, with video. We have tons of tutorials. We'd love to have you run the game with us. And also, thank you to my couch. You guys are sick. Cars, Tasky, Fun Cannon. Watch Fun Cannon's Borderlands run later, by the way. It's really cool. If you guys, if you guys enjoyed this run, please follow me on Twitch / it's twitch.tv/BRYONATO. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for being with me, guys. And thank you for watching, crowd. This was awesome. Thank you so much. So thanks, GDQ, for having me. It's a real honor to be here. And enjoy the rest of Summer Games Done Quick 2019. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, keep it going for Brian Otto there, ladies and gentlemen. What an excellent run. We really appreciate it. That was fantastic. And my first time seeing Andy's shot, I definitely would have remembered that one. That was great. JD Jackson donated $25 and said, have to toss some money at the Borderlands 2 glitch showcase as well. Show me them glitches. That's right, we've got a glitch exhibition incentive open for Borderlands 2, which will be coming up soon after that bonus game that you all voted for with your donation dollars. Thank you so much. Hey, speaking of that bonus game, I'm about to hop off the mic for one game so that Covert Muffin here can host for Perfect Dark. So, hey, Covert Muffin, he's right here by me. How you doing? Say hi to the folks.
Hello, GDQ viewers.
Covert Muffin, hey, tell me, have you heard of Twitch Prime?
Wait, Twitch Prime, what's that, Prolix?
Yeah, so, well, you know, if you have Amazon Prime, then you also have Twitch Prime. And one of the benefits of Twitch Prime is it gives you a free subscription to a Twitch channel of your choice once a month. So here, let me just hit this magic button on my Twitch app on my phone there. Boom, shakalaka. I am now subscribed to the GDQ channel.
Wahaha. Wow. Free subscription for charity.
Covert Muffin attempting to fake his own laugh. That was great. Oh man. Okay. All right. Anyway, I gotta get out of here for a moment and send you two brief message from Twitch, but we'll be right back after that. Thanks, everyone.
How many years have I waited for the warrior of light? Become the warrior of darkness.
Rated T for teen.
One of our sponsors here at Summer Games Done Quick 2019 is Devolver Digital, and they would like to present to you Heave Ho. Heave Ho tasks up to 4 players with a simple goal: don't fall to your death. Players will use their own 2 hands and the outstretched grip of their friends to grapple across each level on their way to victory. It's coming to Nintendo Switch and to Steam this summer. Check out Heave Ho, published by Devolver Digital. Thank you so much, guys. All right, folks, I've been Prolix. That's going to do it for my time on the mic here, but I will return for Borderlands 2, so stay tuned during Perfect Dark, and I'll be handing it off to the always excellent Covert Muffin now. Have a good one, everyone, and yeah, speak with you later. Bye.
See, man, I am
All right, hello folks. My screen name is Covert Muffin, and I am here going to be on the host station for the next run of Perfect Dark. But that being said, before we throw it over to the run while they're getting set up, I just heard that we have an interview. So I'm going to throw it over to Jay Hobbs to interview the crew doing Borderlands 2. Take it away, Jay Hobbs.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jay Hobbs, and I am joined by three just awesome clowns. We've got Fun Cannon, we've got Amaryllis, and we've got Shockwave over here on the end with too many sharks, really. Like, honestly, that's just too many.
Call me Sharkwave.
Sharkwave.
Start of the next Sharknado. Yeah. Oh, please no.
So the first thing I want to jump into, people out there know Borderlands, right? Like they know Borderlands is awesome and all that. But I want to ask, why Borderlands 2? What is it about Borderlands 2 that draws you guys to the game?
Borderlands 2 is really, really, really broken.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Compared to the other games, Borderlands 1 ends up being really grind heavy. It's pretty slow. Pre-sequel is... Yeah.
I kind of like pre-sequel. I think it has some fun glitches, but there's definitely way, way more that's broken about Borderlands 2.
Yeah, I mean, just go fast.
The whole point of the game is to be as broken as possible, not like execute the game itself well. Just like, hey, just do glitches and just do stuff. Like, that's it.
And the RNG isn't extremely punishing. Like, every run has, wildly different RNG, but generally we can make it work.
So we're going to be seeing all three of you playing together, co-op all quests this time around. Now, Funkin, I know this run in particular has been special to you. What does getting this run in mean to you?
Well, I've been running the game since 2013, and this is my first time getting this game in, so it's a huge honor, really.
Yeah, because you've been submitting for a while, right?
Oh, yes, pretty much every event.
Wow, that's awesome. I love Borderlands 2, and I love the All Quest run, so I'm super excited to watch it. Now, all of you have done several runs at GDQ, different games and stuff, but especially like Amy and Shockwave, you two have really done a lot of co-op runs together.
Like 1 or 2 runs, maybe?
I think the Hat in Time run was the only run you did.
That's the only one I've done by myself. Yeah. Otherwise, everything else I've done with you.
So is there something about like just co-op runs specifically that jump out at you, or is
it's a more fun experience for me. I've been on like a hiatus from solo stuff because it feels like a grind to me. To me, it feels like a grind. I don't have as much fun with it, whereas for me, I feel like I'm just hanging out with friends and having a good time. Like, yeah, I have to care about doing the glitches, doing the skips, like all this stuff, but like when I hang out and do co-op all quests, like I have fun doing it, and I get to goof off and I don't know, do stuff with you. I don't know.
Yeah. Be friends.
Yeah.
Sounds gross.
Sure. Yeah, it's also like, when you're streaming for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time, like I go insane just talking to myself, and like, chat's cool, but it's nice to hear another human voice once in a while.
I talked about this at a panel with some other people, but like if everything goes wrong, at least you just spend a few hours with your friend, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
And then we just get to poke at each other when we go to dinner or something.
Yeah. All right, so what about All Quests is different? Because I think we've only seen any % before for Borderlands 2, and All Quests is actually like a lot more, right? Like,
Yes, the game has, I think, 127 quests, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's quite a few. A couple of them end up being pretty arbitrary, but it shows off so much more of the game. Including a couple areas that you just normally wouldn't see at all. And just the crazy amount of routing that has gone into it with multiple different areas of 2 people going at Mach speed and trying to get all of this done in the fastest possible time is insane. And compared to the solo version of All Quest, it's about 2 hours faster. So it's a significant difference, and it's just a huge, huge joy to do.
That's cool.
And like regarding the time, like if you remember the AGDQ 2014 run with Broman, T-Rex, Ubergoose, and iMisty, the strats for Borderlands 2 have advanced in these 5 years that like we're gonna get a time that's comparable to theirs. Like that's how much the game.
And all they did was just beat the game.
Yeah,
they didn't do anything on the side. Yeah.
Wow.
So
and now our tech has advanced quite a bit, so we're going to see all 3 of your screens too.
Yeah.
Well, you reminded me of one of the social media questions that somebody was asking here, which is from @BigLaw. Who's the better Axton? Because Axton, I believe, is the character that goes really fast, right?
As much as I would love to say me.
I'll gloat about this one.
He's done it quite a bit longer.
Yeah, we've been doing.
It's me. We don't need.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's him. Yeah. No, we've been running since basically college. Or since I was senior year of my college year, so like 3 years at this point, almost.
Mid 2016.
Yeah, something like that. So like almost 3 years now I've been doing this. So it's getting to the point where it's like, I don't want to say I could do it blindfolded, but like I could get to the point where I've memorized like mouse flicks that I can casually talk to chat and then just flick my mouse and navigate through a map pretty quickly.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean, you're moving so fast, you basically have to do everything predictively, right?
Yeah, it's like flying a jet down a hallway with butter on your feet.
That's a pretty apt description. Okay. I never thought of it that way, but that's pretty great. Now, the next thing I wanted to ask you, although, is not only are you here as runners, all running in the same game and stuff, and some of you are doing commentary as well, as we just heard from FC, but you're also all volunteering, right? So what's it like being here with more of a role than just a runner? Like, what's that like? And especially for Amy and Shockwave, like you guys have both done the producer role, something that I think people don't really get to hear a lot about in the past. So what is that like?
Well, so I mean, Shock and I both, volunteered for the producer role 2 years ago or so.
Yeah.
And essentially what we do for 4 hours a day is oversee the running of the stream. If everyone, we're basically there as a backup. Like if stage tech has a question, if stream tech has a question, if the runner doesn't show up, if
there's some huge tech issue that happens or something like that.
Yeah, if like earlier when the tracker crashes, I was on shift for that, so I was, pinging everybody in the Discord going, "Hey, we have a problem."
Right.
It's really nice to sort of like work behind the scenes and actually like help out, regardless of whether I'm on camera helping out or not. Like I know that I'm using the skills that I have just from day to day that I can help at this event and do whatever I need to make this event as the best as it can. So not only am I just helping because I'm doing a run, I'm helping actually run the show.
Yeah, that's super cool. And FC, what are you actually volunteering in, and how is that?
I'm going to be doing stage tech, and it's just really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
when I did tech, stage tech was my favorite, just because like getting to unplug and replug things and mess with the big box.
And honestly, one of the best benefits of it, you end up seeing a lot more runs that you normally wouldn't see. You have to be up sometimes at really early hours in the morning that you'd normally just sleep through, and you get to watch off the block or something like that.
Yeah. Oh God, I was producing AGDQ 2019 Awful Block, and I caught Ice Plug's Home Alone in New York 2. I felt like I was having a fever dream the entire time. That run, seriously, if you guys haven't seen that run, you need to go watch it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I was gonna say, one of like my number one just GDQ tips for first timers, even watching at home, is show up for a run that you know nothing about. Like sit down and watch a run you know nothing about, because you are often surprised. It's great. Well, we had a lot of people out there asking you questions on social media, so I want to get to a few more of those. We had one that wasn't quite working in our system, so sorry if it doesn't quite show up on screen, but I believe it was Lady Cyndaquil, right?
Yeah.
Was asking, how did the three of you meet?
Okay, so...
You're first.
Shock and I... So it's kind of a daisy chain of events in a really weird way. So Shock and I went to the same college together. We met on my last day of college. He said, like, when's Marvel or something?
No, that was my friend. It was the when's Marvel meme.
Yeah, that was your friend. Yeah. And me, having 3 brain cells, was like, oh, he means GDQ.
What?
And I said, hey, you going?
We were being really loud in the back of the room or something. So
I didn't know it meant Evo at the time. I didn't know what fighting games are. So we met up at AGDQ 2015.
I bullied him into running Hat in Time's beta build.
Yeah, I was a slacker backer for that. And then since the game was taking a while to come out, we just said, hey, let's find another co-op game to run. So we started running Borderlands 2.
Yeah. And then at the event, we kind of met up with each other. We actually have wonderful pictures, by the way. Trip through time real quick, if you want to zoom in on that one.
See.
So we actually met after my Hat in Time run. We took pictures with this guy because he was like, oh yeah, he's so cool. He's the fun Kenny. He's like our idol and everything. So we took these pictures with him and we said, we're going to take co-op world record. And we actually did it.
They did. That's fair.
So we just became friends that way just because we ran the game so much.
And, then Shockwave moved in with me after he graduated from college. And then FC.
We just happened to be like in the general area for a year and then just hated it there. So we just ended up moving
closer to us. We all live within 15 minutes of each other.
Wow. Shock's technically my neighbor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If I could walk to his house in 10 minutes.
So that's incredible. So that means the world is open, right? You don't just have to play online co-op games. You can play the whole gamut. Any local co-op, you got it.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
That's
Well, we used to live together, so we did LAN runs all the time.
Yeah, there was definitely a meme about that being cheating. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because load times are faster on LAN, even though we don't count load times.
Right. But it's less time that you're spending invested in in that attempt and everything.
More resets per hour.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll get to another social media question here. We got from at Kobayashi Des. They ask, what's the hardest trick to pull off in the All-Quest round?
Bloodshot super skip, and he does it. 100%. That's
Twice.
it. Twice. Yeah, he does it twice.
All right. Well, without spoiling it, because why don't we give that as like people should tune in for that one. About how far in the run is it?
That's
45 minutes?
45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. So if you haven't seen Borderlands 2, there you go.
Without spoiling much.
Think Metroid.
Yeah. I'm the host player, they're the client players. Since your client, some stuff is desynced, I can't do it as host. Like, I don't have the skill to be able to do it, and I have perfect timing on everything.
Right.
Like everything goes off at the perfect time, enemy hitboxes are correct, and he can get it off host reliably.
Wow. Okay, well, keep an eye out 45 minutes in or so. I think we're going to ask one more here. We got from, okay, you know what? I gotta go with this one because we saw it and it's ridiculous. At Mildew00 asks,
oh, please.
Do crabs think the fish are flying? And I'm sending this one day.
This is 100% him.
All right.
Oh, all right. Shark down.
The crabs, right? They're on the ocean floor. And the fish are flying. Right?
All right, I'm not giving you a mic anymore. We're going back up to the
Can you be the third runner for a run at the end?
He's out, right?
All right, yeah, he's out.
You can teach me real fast.
Yeah.
All right.
It's easy, we swear.
Scroll down. That's it.
That's right. I'm on 2 mice though, right?
Nope,
just one now.
Yeah.
Gauge is easy.
All right, we're gonna throw it back up to the host before this gets even further out of hand because we've got Perfect Dark, that first bonus game being ready to run by Alchemast. Let's throw it over there.
All right, thank you, Jay Hobbs. And I am really looking forward to that Borderlands 2 run. And that being said, they actually have a Borderlands 2 glitch exhibition that could get unlocked. And right now it's raised just over $10,000, but oh man, we need another 10,000 to be able to reach that 20,000 margin. So keep those donations coming in, folks. All right, I'd like to take a quick moment to just remind us that we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders is an international, independent medical humanitarian organization that delivered emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, malnutrition, natural disaster, and exclusion from healthcare in over 70 countries in 2018. On any given day, thousands of individuals representing dozens of nationalities can be found providing assistance to people caught in crises around the world. They are doctors, nurses, logistics experts, administrators, epidemiologists, laboratory technicians, mental health professionals, and others who work together in accordance with MSF's guiding principles of humanitarian action and medical ethics. The organization received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1999. Thank you so much, Doctors Without Borders, for all the hard work you do around the world, and we are proud to be raising money for such a great cause. All right, speaking of which, we do have a donation here. Oliver Trussell donated $25 saying, longtime watcher, first time donating. Titanfall 2 was amazing and well done on that speedy run. And of course, thank you, GDQ staff, for all the hard work to make this event happen. You know what? Thank you, Oliver. You're awesome. We have a $255 donation from Twofer. And Twofer says, Perfect Dark, hype! We have a $50 donation from Kevin G that says, donating to see the Perfect Dark run make it in. Elvis lives. And you know what, Kevin? Thank you so much for that donation. You all made that bonus game 1 happen, and I'm really excited to see Alchemast break down Perfect Dark. All right, we are fortunate to be sponsored here at GDQ by The Yeti, GDQ's official t-shirt sponsor, providing tees and other merch for nearly 8 years. Donated over $1 million toward GDQ's partnered charities. Visit www.theyeti.com to check out the SGDQ collection. Thank you, The Yeti. Your shirts are awesome. We have a $20 donation from Cosmic Shark that says, Perfect Dark is such a cool game. Putting this out to BL2 glitches. Oh, and shout out to the quails up front. Thank you, Cosmic. You are helping us make our way to that glitch exhibition that still has quite a ways to go. So keep those donations coming in, folks. All right, and speaking of some other hot things that we can donate for, while our Perfect Dark runners and commentators are getting set up, there is a bid war going on for that Perfect Dark file name that's gonna be closing the moment we end up throwing it over to them. And right now, Aimbot is in the lead by $1 over Amy at $201 versus $2. Oh, nope, just kidding. Got you. Amy just pulled in the lead with a big donation of $50, bringing it up to $250. So if you want to make Aimbot happen, get those donations in before the run starts. We have a $5 donation from Dolph42 that says, first of many. Thanks, Dolph. I'm looking forward to the future donations. And also, thank you so much for that $5. Every single little bit helps because you know what? We're here working hard, playing video games for fun, and all this money that we end up raising goes directly to charity. So thank you so much, Dolph, and everybody else who has donated so far. You guys are awesome. Here at SGDQ 2019, we are also sponsored by Fangamer. All profits from GDQ merchandise sales are donated to Doctors Without Borders. New official merchandise from Deltarune, Dark Souls, Hollow Knight, Stardew Valley, Persona 5, and more. You can check out their gear over on fangamer.com/GDQ. Thank you so much, Fangamer. All right, a little bit of an update on that Perfect Dark file name bid war. Amy is pulling ahead even further, bit by bit, from some extra money. So if you want aimbot to happen, donate $59 or more. Keep those donations coming in. We have a $10 donation from Alexander Trueblood that says, I donate directly to MSF every month through my employer, but I always have to donate more every GDQ. Everyone should look into programs their employers have, as some will allow you to donate pre-tax or match your donation to approved nonprofits. It's a great way to maximize your giving. That's so true, Alexander Trueblood. Thank you so much for that message and the donation. All right, and while our runner and the couch are getting ready, we are here at SGDQ 2019, powered by Twitch, and I'm just gonna throw it over to play a quick Twitch ad. Thanks, Twitch.
Sorry, I have a tangle with significant others. I don't know what. I need to know you for longer than just 10 minutes.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Summer Games Done Quick. That being said, just going to take a moment to talk about some of the prizes you could be eligible to win if you end up donating to the marathon. So there, for $5 in donations that you spend throughout the entire marathon, you could be eligible for a Metroid Other M art folio, and it looks heckin' cool. That being said, also, if you end up donating a cumulative of $10, you will also be eligible for a Slipstream Speedrun Hype. Also, for $30, you could be eligible for a sculpted Samus statue and some other prizes, such as a Samus Aran repainted amiibo, as well as a Metroid Prime light suit print, or even a Metroid Prime gravity suit print. So keep those donations coming in as you watch throughout the entire week, folks. Wow, and those donations certainly are coming in, folks. A little bit of an update on that Perfect Dark file name. Currently, Aimbot is in the lead by just about $300, but Amy is closing in. So if you really want to keep that bid war going, get those donations in for that Amy file name. Speaking of donations, we have $10 from Professor Tom that says Titanfall, Perfect Dark, Covert Muffin, and Borderlands. What a night. What a night indeed. We have so many amazing runs this marathon, Professor Tom, and thank you so much for that donation. All right, we also have an anonymous $100 donation that says, "Good day, and looking forward to seeing this glitch exhibition for Borderlands 2. Let's get it, lads." Thank you so much for that donation. That brings us pretty much within $9,000 of being able to make that glitch exhibition happen for Borderlands 2. So keep those donations coming in if you would like to see some more epic speed action. Here at SGDQ 2019, we are also extremely fortunate to be sponsored by Power Up Audio, indie games sound studio from Vancouver, Canada. They've worked on games such as Super Meat Boy Forever, and also Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer featuring The Legend of Zelda. You can check them out at powerupaudio.com. The crew here at SGDQ, Joey, Kevin, Cole, and honorary team member Derek, donating their time, and they are on sound, on site, 24/7. They really do a lot of great work here. Quick thanks from them to all the fan remixers and cover artists who sent in their music for SGDQ. Hope you're enjoying this year's soundtrack. Thanks, Power Up Audio. You guys are epically awesome.